EC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, hope you're well. It is Sunday, and very often on Sundays I make a vlog. Didn't manage this morning because, I did my usual devotions and exercises, but the main reason is I couldn't take too much time on Sunday. There was a few, the extra time that I would have had, I had to get off because I was get off to church because I was the cameraman at church today, and the time to set up things and check with the people that are doing the technical part, meaning the microphones and all that, to see if they were set up and so on. Yeah, it's one of those things that I don't know if it's not really since the pandemic, but very much though for many churches since the pandemic, that there's either live streams. We don't do live streams. We don't really have the setup for it, but to have a recording of the service. I mean, some churches did it before, but that is one of the real positive things that came out, actually, is having these services which are recorded in a way. I mean, we have friends in England, in Headington. They do live streams, but like I say, they really have a good setup. But we just use our old digicams. They asked me if I would help out, and the guy that was doing it, he had an old Panasonic digicam from I don't know when, and a tripod basically, and the head microphone, so to say, at the pastor's lectern is connected. There's a wire basically, and I said, well, I'll do it with my own stuff that way. So I brought over. I have a nice tripod, and I brought over my digicam from way back when, but in today's world, it's just an HD. So, but that is way more than enough for what we're doing. You do not need to do 4K in this case, really. The fact of having everything wired, as far as the microphones, is pretty cool. That goes well. But it is no big deal. It's a wire. When it comes down from the ceiling and I plug it in the camera. Anyway, it's amusing because it's one of those things that I learned over the years from doing, YouTube videos. You probably say, do you edit your videos? Actually, almost never anymore. I just do, these one-off vlogs and talk into it, and that's it. I've become lazy, I guess, with age. But the fact is that for the church one, I do quite a bit of editing. Not that it's complicated editing, but I take the introduction. There's what they call the worship part, where there's different people on the stage in front, and so we don't put them online. That's part of the policy. I wouldn't mind as far as I'm concerned, but they don't want to have too many, people online, or if there's kids and stuff like that. So they're careful about that. And then so there's the service, and we don't show the communion service, the communion part, because again, people are coming to the front. And then we have the messages, which usually are done by one or two people, and that would be online, and that's it. And usually if there's messages, I have pictures that I kind of fit into the like screen on screen, and just resize it. So it's all things that I had learnt doing YouTube videos, and I find it's a very simple thing to do, but everybody is like saying, oh, we're so happy to have somebody else that knows how to do this complicated editing. And I'm thinking like, okay, good. So there are things that you do learn when you do YouTube that that will help you later on in life. It's amusing to say that, but actually, in my case, this is actually something. Oh, for those of you who are watching, I purposely put on my deer stalker hat today. Yeah, there you are. I don't wear it very often. It's 4 degrees Celsius outside, 4 or 5, so it's not very cold. So I've got that, and I don't really put the flaps down over the ears, which I, in a way, kind of find look funny. But yeah, it's I have 2 of those, believe it or not. This one I had bought for myself, and somebody gave me one. So actually, we have 2. So we have used both of them for little skits or videos and things like that. But we don't we do not wear them very often. One of the reasons is people look at you when you wear them. I've noticed it even since I'm out with this one. People look at me, and something, it's not my favorite hat either. I just don't. It's just not my favorite hat. Anyway, so I didn't know I was going to talk about this. Once again, people have been asking me lately, where do you find your subjects for vlogs? And I say, sometimes you have some and sometimes you don't. And very often, more often than not, you don't, or you have one and you go off track. I'll just show you this. This is the Viking ship that the kids play. It's a big sandbox, and this has been around like forever. And when we moved here, oh my goodness, when we moved here 27 years ago in the house, this was already here, and it's always been like a big thing with the kids. Children love it, and it's kind of like it's part of the park, we could say. It's right next to the pond where we have our birds, and yeah, it's cool. I mean, I have to say, this little park, which has over there the pétanque, so the bocce ball leagues that come and play here, and it doesn't have that much, but it's just that little bit of fresh air, right here in the middle of town, in a way, because we're on the end of town, so the countryside is really not far away from here. But I don't know, living close to a park is really something nice. It helps a lot, and you should see, like, there's a lot of do you see those apartment buildings over there? So there's 3 of those big towers, and actually they were part of a low-cost housing development that's been here for probably 40 years. I don't know, maybe not quite that long. Yeah, must be close to that, actually. So the park is even more important. I mean, there's a lot of people, even the houses far off over there, they're from the I would say early 50s, late 40s, early 50s, a bit like our house. And they were made, actually, at the time, they were made at the time for low-income families. So the whole neighborhood here at the time was meant, and also the apartment buildings over there, very much for low to middle income families. And it's, like I say, it is amusing in a way, because now, I mean, I'm not saying we're not a high income family, but we're what you would call middle class, even though we're retired, because I think but there's a lot of people that have been here and have lived here either in the apartment buildings or around for sometimes generationally for many years now, 40 years and more sometimes. Interesting. Oh goodness, after 10 minutes I have been taking 10 minutes of your life away. Okay, well, I guess I will have to stop there, more or less, because I don't think it's a good thing to go on much, much longer than that. So that's it. That'll be it for today. DC signing off. Take care. Hope that you have a good Sunday and a good week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.